two metropolitan New York airports, John F. Kennedy and Newark Liberty, opened for some flights today as Atlantic superstorm Sandy's disruption of the busiest U.S. aviation market starts to ease. New York's LaGuardia remains closed while damage assessments continue, said Ron Marsico, a spokesman for the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. The JetBlue Airways Corporation JBLU plane landed at Kennedy from Long Beach, California, at 7:04 a.m., and the FedEx Corporation FedEx jet arrived at 7:12 a.m. at Newark. It is still limited service, Marsico said in a telephone interview. We might be thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Talking in the hundreds of flights today. New York's airports closed late on October 29 and have lagged behind the recovery of East Coast peers as carriers rebuild schedules in cities such as Boston, Philadelphia and Washington. LaGuardia and Newark each had more than 1,200 flights cancelled yesterday, the most in the nation, industry researcher FlyAware said. Damage from the storm has been extensive, United Continental Holdings Incorporated UAL Chief Executive Officer Jeff Smisek told employees in a letter yesterday. The runways at LaGuardia have been flooded, and there has been some facility damage at Newark that we thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Are currently assessing. Airlines pulled planes out of the region on October 28 as then Hurricane Sandy barreled toward landfall, and the Port Authority announced the closing of the three airports late the following day. New Jersey's Teterboro Airport also remained closed early today, Marsico said. Delta Airlines Incorporated leader expects some flights today at Kennedy, said Morgan Durant, a spokesman for the Atlanta-based airline. A Southwest Airlines company Love spokeswoman, Olga Romero, said the Dallas-based carrier may be flying at LaGuardia after 1 p.m. New York time. AMR Corporation AAMR U.S. American Airlines and thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Tempe, Arizona-based U.S. Airways Group Incorporated LCC are working toward tomorrow in New York. Andrea Hughley, a spokeswoman for Fort Worth, Texas-based American, said substantial flooding occurred at all three airports. U.S. Airways operations at LaGuardia, JFK and Newark will remain idle until at least noon on Thursday, Chief Operating Officer Robert Isom said yesterday in a message to employees. LaGuardia, in particular, was hard hit with several feet of standing water currently on runways and ramp areas. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo told reporters that he didn't expect LaGuardia to open today. Chicago cancellations counting thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Scrap trips since October 28, the cancellations tally attributable to Sandy exceeded 18,100, FlyAware said yesterday. Chicago's O'Hare Airport scrubbed almost 500 East Coast arrivals and departures yesterday, the city's aviation department said. CEO Rick Sayani of travel website FareCompare estimated that about 1.5 million airline passengers had travel plans interrupted by Sandy in the 2 days through yesterday. Some cancellations will persist as airlines reposition planes and people after the freak storm, he said. We might have a lingering effect, but it should be good to go for road warriors on Monday, he said. With new thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. New York's airports not operating at normal levels, disruptions would continue to ripple outward. Together, they handle more passengers in a year than Atlanta's Hartsfield, the busiest U.S. facility. Kennedy is an international base for Delta and American, as well as alliance partners such as Air France-KLM Group and British Airways IAG respectively. LaGuardia's flights are mostly domestic. Taxiways awash. Sandy's wrath was felt in floods spilling across New York's waterfront tarmacs, United's loss of electricity at Newark yesterday and even the continuing subway shutdown, robbing airlines of the airport workers needed to return operations to normal. Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Photos posted on JetBlue's blog and Twitter account showed LaGuardia aprons and taxiways awash, with water lapping at the wheels of a jet bridge in one image. It's not super high but certainly deep enough to cause major disruptions to our operation, JetBlue said in a message posted in response to a Twitter follower who inquired about the picture. LaGuardia is a secondary airport for JetBlue. whose main base is Kennedy. Runway inspections. Airport officials will have to inspect runways for damage and debris and ensure that lighting and other equipment is working before operations can. Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Resume, said Debbie McElroy, a spokeswoman for the Washington-based Airports Council International North America Trade Group. The Federal Aviation Administration is responsible for gear such as radars and radios, and it is conducting a damage assessment to quickly repair or re-establish any damaged air traffic facilities or critical navigational aids, according to an emailed statement. Bounded on two sides by the waters of Flushing Bay, LaGuardia is as low as 6.7 feet 2 meters above sea level at its southeast corner, according to airnav.com, an aviation data website. A 2010 report from the New York State Department of Environmental. Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Conservation on rising sea levels identified the airport as a flooding risk. A 10-foot storm surge, similar to that of Hurricane Dana in 1960, would begin to overtop its protective barriers, according to the report. Flood damage wouldn't be uniform, according to the report, saying a more detailed study is needed to evaluate which areas would be most vulnerable. Cargo flights. Air freight operations slowed on the East Coast along with passenger flights. United Parcel Service Incorporated (UPS) planned to open its airport gateways in the region late yesterday, with the exception of Newark and Kennedy, said Susan. Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Rosenberg, a spokeswoman for the Atlanta-based company. UPS's ground operations will be running in New York City, New York, Long Island and Connecticut, she said. Delays will linger in parts of New Jersey, where downed trees and power lines make deliveries difficult, as well as in snow-covered West Virginia, Rosenberg said in a telephone interview. FedEx, which is based in Memphis, Tennessee, and operates the world's largest cargo airline, also is working back toward normal service, said a spokeswoman, Shaylia New. In most areas, we're going to be at near normal operations, Shaylia New said by telephone. But thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. We will still have localized delays based on both safety and accessibility.